It's super exciting. So you can see these two pieces, see how they fit tighter together. So basically that's all it does, is by trimming the edges up, it basically that makes them so that they fit tighter. I'll show you these two so you can see the difference. So that's the difference. You can see the gap there. And then after I trim them, I dip them in a bucket of water just to clean them off, because they get a lot of dust and stuff on them. And it, I don't know, it makes it quicker. So when you go to set it up, you don't have to clean every piece off. So yeah, same thing, just takes a little bit longer and it's a lot messier. So we're out here on the job and we are going to start setting it up. There's a few things that you're going to need. Some silicone, a grinder, and a level and a tape measure. So we're going to find out where the center is. We're going to put the fire pit right in the center. And the other thing you want to keep in mind is wherever you set the fire pit, you want it to be level. So we're going to check and make sure that it's level. If it's on dirt, you just compact the dirt really well and make sure that it's level. So when you set it, it makes it a lot easier and it looks a lot nicer. It doesn't look wonky when you're done. So we're going to check it and make sure that it's all level and then go from there. If it isn't level, sometimes when you put it on concrete, they have the concrete slope so that it drains. I use either like a concrete sand mix, or if it's colored concrete, I try to match it as close as I can with just regular tile grout and build it up underneath the first layer so that it's level. Go. Going?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be center. Let's see if it's level. It's pretty close. A little high in, like right in the middle, but I think that's... So for the 3-foot fire pit, there's 10 pieces per row, and then on the 4-foot fire pit, there is 13 per row. First row always takes the longest, and then once you get that one done, it goes pretty quick from there.
Lainey, is that time lapse on? Huh?
I didn't start it.
You want to hit start?
close. Okay. Check it and make sure it's level. It should be pretty close.
Oh no! Battery fell off. Hook it over. You want me to put it back in?
When we stick them together, I just use silicone and it works great. We use silicone all the time. There's one time we set it in the wrong spot. They wanted it a little bit further over, so we flipped it on its side, rolled it, flipped it back down, and it stayed together. It's really strong, it's durable, lasts a long time. On each corner, you put about a nickel size dab of silicone. And then that's it. That's all that it needs. The first layer I don't worry about. The granite's heavy enough, so the first layer I don't worry about gluing it down at all. So then I just split the joints. There's times where I've done it on like a different pattern. You can do whatever pattern you want to do. I just split the difference and then run my next row. And then I've already got the 2 marks when I go on the rest of my rows. And I just try to keep it as straight as possible. It's just OCD in me, but you can do it however you want. It's going to be your fire pit, and either way you do it, it's going to be awesome. You can't do it wrong.
As long as you put some sweat into it, like Ryan.
That's right. Right now it's only like 110 out here.
We picked the hottest day in the middle of the day.
It feels like it's 120. And then if you're OCD like me, I split the black ones, the darker ones up. I just split them up so that you don't have a whole bunch of dark ones in one spot. And then if you're doing a wood fire pit, you don't have to worry about having a hole for the valve or anything like that. But this one's gonna be gas. So when we get to it, I'll show you how we notch it out for your valve to go through for the gas. And that's why you need the grinder. The other reason why you need a grinder is if you're doing it if you don't trim the edges and you're doing it without trimming it, every once in a while you'll get one that has a big knob on it or something that you'll have to grind it off a little bit just to get it in there so that it looks even. And I put my notch, if you're doing gas, I always put my notch for the valve on the 5th row. That way you still have plenty of room between all your valve and all your gas stuff, between your gas stuff and your burner.
We just gotta be careful with that time lapse. Because we are a family-owned business, we brought the boss with us. That's who you can hear in the background, and you'll see him back and forth in the time lapse.
Every once in a while, you'll get one that's a little bit higher than the other one. And by the time you put 2 or 3 more layers on it, they'll usually even out. If they don't, sometimes I'll get just like a little piece of the granite chip and put underneath the one side to kind of level it out. When I get close to the top, I start worrying more about the level, like it all being flat and level, because you want your top layer to be as flat as you can so that it's all pretty much even. So So I'm going to put the valve on this side. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it just over an inch, just a bit, well, not over an inch, but over, I'm going to cut it over this way an inch. And then I'm going to angle it back so that there's enough room that you can turn and swivel or whatever you have to do with your fittings for your gas line, for the line in there. So the notch is for the gas right here, so that's where the valve's going to be. And right here, the next couple rows, you have to be careful and go with your joints to line them up, because for some reason with that notch in there, it starts getting a little wonky if you don't. So if you don't care about them being straight, then don't even worry about it. The other thing too is you want to make sure that you put this dab of silicone back a little bit. I always put it right here, and it's always in the way and I forget. So this time I didn't forget. I remembered, so it was good. I don't have a mess. The gas guy doesn't like it when he has to fight the silicone to get the sleeve in there.
Right over the top, and it leaves the perfect little hole for you. Almost ready for parties.